my name is Preeti. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys have been, showering on me, commenting on my videos and asking for things. And it just makes me feel nice, like I'm putting some content out there which is useful. So today's video is going to be another one of such, useful, informative kind of a video. It's about a chemical peel that I had done a couple of years back. It's mostly going to be talking, so bear with me, but I have got a lot of useful information that you might want to hear. So when I got my chemical peel done about 7-8 years ago, so it's quite some time back, and obviously there is a lot of difference in the technology then versus now. So my point of view and my story is only based on that time period, and obviously I do not have like pictures or any kind of like solid proof, but whatever information I'm giving, you can take my word for it that it is all like, it's not something that I've made up or just like thought about it and I'm saying it. It is whatever has happened to me. So I'll just take you through like how I thought about getting it, where did I get it done, what was the procedure like, what was the result like, how much did it cost, and all of those things. So I'm going to start off with like how I decided to get it done, like what was my thought process and all of that. So before I start off like with my story, I just want to put a disclaimer that like people think a certain way about chemical peels, like they are only for people who are in the glamour industry or somebody who wants to become fair and it's an artificial method to be fair, or it's some people even might consider it towards like a plastic surgery kind of a thing. I mean, basically you're altering yourself to be something that you're naturally not. But if you are thinking in that sense, then I need to tell you that that is not the right, that is not the only thing that chemical peel is about. There are many reasons why people get it other than those things. So there are people who have severe acne scarring because of hormone issues, because of pregnancy, and many other things, and maybe somebody's had some accident and they have a scar on their face or body that they don't want it anymore. And skin tan is also, which is like, you can't avoid skin tan, everybody gets tan, and if you're somebody who doesn't like it, you can get it removed with chemical peel. So there are many things that can lead you to get a chemical peel. It's not just about artificial beauty or to look fair. I personally wanted to get it done because I had severe cystic acne because of PCOD. So because of which I had like these really pus-filled acne which would not go, and they would leave really bad marks on my face. Like most of my cheeks, my chin and my forehead was completely covered with like black blotches, which was just really bad for my self-confidence, and that obviously was not my real face. I was going through a chemical imbalance in my body which had to be taken care of. And it was not just about getting chemical peel done and getting over with it. It was a total lifestyle change. I had to control my hormonal imbalance in the body as well. So that is where I was coming from. So this happened when I was just out of school. So it was a time when I was 19 and there was not really internet and all that at home. I mean, we did have internet connection for educational purposes, but I really didn't know like how and where to go to get extra information on this. So there was only limited research I could do, and there was a skin clinic next to my house where I used to go because I had acne because of PCOD, and she was sort of helping me out first. Initially we started the treatment by applying some topical creams and all those things, but it was not working because obviously I had to take care of it from within the body. So once I started taking appropriate medicines for hormonal imbalance, and I was making changes in my diet and my lifestyle, and my acne sort of came under control. That's when I decided, so now that I have in control and I know that this won't happen again, I know how to take care of it, now I can work on my face and all of that. So I asked my skin doctor about it, and she told me that so one thing you have to remember is that chemical peels come in different varieties, different types, different concentrations of chemicals, and it is made specifically for your body type. Like you have to go to the skin doctor and they'll prepare the peel for you after checking what kind of a skin you have. So it's not like you cannot just go and just in general say I want a chemical peel. You have to sit, you have to discuss. The doctor needs to understand the kind of skin you have. If they are not taking the time to understand the kind of skin type you have, then they are not doing a good job. that is not the right way to go about it. So you be sure that the doctor is also following the right steps. It's not just you who has to just make sure that what you're doing is right. Even you need to make sure the doctor is also knowing what they're doing. So that is one thing you have to be careful. So so I went to her and she told me that these acne scarrings and all that, they're too deep, and I could go on applying creams for like 2-3 years, but she said if I can go for a chemical peel, it will be done in a month. Once I spoke to my skin doctor about it, and we had thoroughly discussed my skin type and how it's going to be done and what kind of effect it would have on me, I went ahead with it. And so I'll tell you the process, like how it was done. Firstly, you'll have to make sure that before you go for the appointment, you don't wash your face with a harsh soap. You shouldn't have had any kind of exfoliation mask and all of that, nothing. Your skin has to be bare for at least, I would say, for the safer side, 3 days, because you're putting something really harsh on your skin. So make sure your skin is just bare, stripped out of anything else. And once you go in for your appointment, she is going to apply a layer of cleanser and just cleanse your face, and then she's going to apply the chemical peel on you with like a brush. It's going to be a very thin layer, and she's going to leave it on, depending on like how what kind of chemical treatment you're going through and what kind of chemicals is being used. It may differ from 10 minutes to 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour even. For me, it was just 15 minutes. Once the 15 minutes are done, she would just wipe it off and I was good to go. So the couple of things you have to make sure while the process is going on is that you might feel a slight tingling effect, which is okay, because obviously you're putting chemical on your face and it is sort of an acid, so it is going to tingle a little, which is quite normal. You shouldn't be too scared about it. But if it's like burning too much, then you need to tell your doctor, because that means that it's burning your skin and it is going to leave like a burn mark. So you have to be very careful about that. The second thing is, once you're done with the appointment, you should not be going out in the sun for at least 2 to 3 hours. You have to stay indoors. You cannot be going out in public, in pollution and all those kinds of things. You have to be indoors. You have to check with your doctor, but I was told not to use any kind of soap or anything for at least 24 hours. I was only allowed to wash my face with water if I wanted to. So that is one thing. Even if you have an oily skin, you should not be washing your face with soap and all that. Just water, just to feel refreshed. Then again, depending on the kind of peel you're going for, you may start using like a mild cleanser after that. Like I was using Cetaphil after 24 hours to wash my face. And for the first week, you should ideally avoid going out in the sun, in like pollution and all of that, because your skin is just like your skin is just in this really vulnerable state, and you have to think about it and just make sure you're taking care of it. Otherwise, all of this money that you're spending and time that you're spending on chemical peels is completely useless. A couple of things that you need to make sure, you need to know about rather, is that once the chemical peel is done, in the next 3-4 days to a week, or maybe like a week and a half, you might see a slight shedding of the skin. That is basically the chemical doing its job. It is getting rid of the top layer of the skin, so that your new skin can come and all the scars can fade away. So that is the reason. So for me, it was not much. It was basically like in winters you get dry skin near your nose and your cheeks. It was basically like that. For some people, if the chemical is too strong and your scarring is too deep, it will be like a thick peel. So you'll have to plan your future like couple of weeks accordingly, and make sure you don't have any marriage events or any important events or anything like that. So that is one thing. The other thing is that you need to leave your skin alone for the next 1 month. Okay, do not you can apply makeup, but you'll have to check with your doctor. It has to be like organic, not very harmful for your skin kind of a makeup. So I would say avoid. You're doing so much, so just go ahead an extra mile and make sure you just leave your skin alone, leave it bare. Apply sunscreen, which is most important. Get a nice good quality moisturizer and a good quality sunscreen for your face, and just leave your skin alone for a month, because then only you'll see the results and it's going to be worth it. So now I'm going to tell you the result, like what I felt. Was it useful? Did it do its job? So once I had done my face chemical peel, I did see a drastic change. I mean, in the next 2 months, my scars had faded away completely. I mean, they're still there. I mean, you can still see them, but most of them are like the new pimples that I had got. But most of the old ones, they're completely gone. And compared to how my skin was earlier, my skin is a lot better now. I mean, let's face it did get a little fair compared to how it was, but I think now my skin has reached a state where this is like normal. This is not me putting any makeup, any extra thing to make my skin fair. This is how my skin is. So it definitely faded away the scars and the tan and all of that. So it worked, and it sort of put me in a direction to take better care of my skin. I was more regular with making sure that I wash my face when it's required, not too often, not too less. Invest in the right kind of cleansers, creams, and sunscreen. Not just buy expensive stuff and simply just because it's expensive, it's going to do its job. So it put me in a mindset where I realized, I've got a fresh start to my skin. I should take care of it better. Start drinking more water, eat healthy food, and all of those things, like a wholesome new start to my face. Once I had got my skin face done, I also got chemical peel done on my underarms and in my knees also, because they were sort of dark. So I thought maybe it would help get rid of the dark skin there. But it did its job. I mean, I did shed a lot of skin, and for the first few days it looked flawless. But the thing is, these areas, the way they are, and especially if you're somebody who has PCOD, these areas tend to get dark. Like, there's nothing you can do. So unless you're ready to keep doing it regularly and take care of it, it's not possible to maintain it. So for underarms and for my knees, it didn't really work. And in fact, I didn't go back and get another session done anyway. So it could be because of that also. But for the face, it definitely worked. I did around 3 to 4 sessions. So it worked. For 3 to 4 sessions, the results were pretty good, and I would say pretty long lasting, because once I had that done, so now it's been 8 years, I've not had any skin issue as such, touch wood. So I would definitely say that it's worth the money, at least. Coming to how much did it cost me, each session was around 1,000 rupees. So like I said, 3 to 4 sessions. So overall, I spent around like 3 to 4,000 rupees on my face. For the face chemical peel. I don't know now how they are priced. It could be more, it could be less, because day by day these things sort of become commodity rather than like, oh, this is only for so and so kind of people and all of that. So in terms of the price, I just want to say that while I did go to the skin doctor, I also visited Kaya Skin Clinic. They did just a general check on my face, and they were actually having a free consultation of some sort. So I just walked in, and they quoted me around 20,000 rupees for like about 6 sessions, which would sort of remove the tan and all kinds of aging damage, and remove the skin acne scars and all of that. That was like too much out of my budget. So just trying to give you like a comparison between that and this. Coming to who can get chemical peel done, I would only suggest that first figure out why you want to get it done. I mean, your reasons are your own, they're personal. I'm not here to judge, or I don't think anybody should be judging. I mean, it's your body, it's your money, it's your time. What you do with it is your choice, and I totally encourage and support you do it. But just get the right kind of information before doing it. Speak to the doctor, preferably go to somebody that has done it. I would suggest that if you're somebody who is in the process of figuring out your skin problems, don't jump into a chemical peel process immediately, because if you are not going to get to the root cause of the problem, it's going to keep coming back, and you can't keep doing chemical peels over and over again, because then it's going to damage your skin. I feel the ideal way to do it is to to finish it in 5 to 6 sessions and be done with it, because it's done. Your one cycle of skin rejuvenation is done. Now just leave it alone. So if you're somebody who doesn't know why you have like such and such a skin issue, I would suggest go to the doctor first, speak and find out why it's happening, so that you can first control that, so that it does not happen again. Once that is done, then you can go in for a chemical peel, get rid of the scars, get rid of the marks, whatever it is, and like it's like a proper start now. So that's one thing I want to tell everyone to be sure about. So guys, that was my video about chemical peel. I think I have covered almost everything. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'll answer it to the best of my capacity. And I had a great experience. I did not have any burns. I did not have any other side effects or problems with it. If you want to know who my doctor was, you can let me know. You can send me a comment or a message. I'll reply to you, or you can email me. I don't want to put it out here because I don't know what the copyright or whatever the rights are, so I'm just being safe. So if you really want to know, you can message or email me. I'll send it to you. I'll send you her address. She's great. I've been going to her for practically like 20 years now. Every time I have a skin issue, I go to her, and like she knows me in and out and all of that. So she's really good. And other than that, yeah, just do your research. Now you have so much more information available on the internet. There are many more doctors, many more cosmetic companies opening up, and so many more options. So do your research, know what you're getting into, make sure the doctor knows that you know what you're getting into and all of that. And yeah, I'll be back with another informative video very soon. So until then, bye.